I'm going to talk about Lies of Silence, which is a novel written by Brian Moore, and it was published in 1990. The plot is set to be in the city of Belfast during the Troubles, which was a time where there was a huge conflict between Protestants and Catholics in Ireland. The conflict involved bombing on a regular basis, but in a small scale. This book is focusing on the effects that the Troubles had on the everyday man. In the beginning of the story, we get to know the main character, named Michael Dillon, and the two other important characters, his wife Maura Dillon and his secret lover Andrea. Andrea is a Canadian writer living in Belfast. She is much younger than Mr. Dillon, and she is faithful to him, despite the fact that they had to keep their relationship hidden for a long while. Michael Dillon is a hard-working man living in Belfast. He is a hotel manager, and he is also married to Maura. But in a big part of the book, Michael is divided between his loyalty to Andrea and protecting Maura from the IRA. And Maura is a typical housewife. And in the beginning of the book, we get the expression that Michael is taking most of the decisions for Maura. And Maura also seems quite emotional, but usually she keeps her emotions for herself. But several places in the book she talks to Michael about how she feels and that she doesn't feel that he loves her like he used to do, and that he is planning to leave her. The book starts with introducing Michael Dillon as a busy hotel manager. We soon also get to know about the relationship between Michael and Andrea. And the first scene is by the river, where Andrea and Michael are having a secret meetup. And we now get to know why Andrea came to Belfast. And it was because of her parents, which moved here, and she stayed because she liked the city. And Michael and Andrea are in love, and they plan on moving to London together. But Michael has not told Maura about it yet, and he plans to do so soon. But Andrea is worried, and she does not think that Michael is going to do it. But he promised her that he will break it to Maura as soon as possible. Later that night, when Michael and Maura are lying in bed, Michael spots a suspicious-looking vehicle outside their house, and he soon realizes that something is going on. And he sure is right. Later that night, many masked IRA members storms their house, and they take Michael and Maura hostage for the night. The IRA members is very amateur-like, and they do lots of mistakes. They also seem very young. One big mistake was revealing the face of one of the IRA members when he was about to take a cigarette. He also reveals his name, and it is Kev, or possibly Kevin. In the early hours of the morning, Michael is told to go out to his car and drive it to the hotel and park it in his usual spot. They also tell him that there is a bomb in his car, and if he does not do as he is told, Maura will be killed, because they are still holding Maura as hostage in his home. Michael then has a moral dilemma: to do as he is told and kill many innocent people, or to not do as he is told and risk the life of his own wife. Michael does as he is told and parks the car in his usual parking lot. But as he has walked away, he phones the police and tells them about the bomb. And doing this, he saved thousands of lives, but he risked Mora's life. But fortunately, Mora is okay, and she is hiding in her parents' house, where the two of them is reunited. And they get to talk for a while, before Michael has to go back to the hotel to work. After this experience, Michael is advised to leave the country, and he sees this as a golden opportunity to cover up his real intentions to leave the country. And he talks to Mora about this, but as proud as Mora is, she is determined to stay in Northern Ireland because she wants to make a difference, and she wants to do interviews with television channels so that it will make it harder for the IRA to do something to them, because when or if they are going to get killed, people will know why, because she did these television interviews. And Michael and Andrea meet at the hotel that night, and they spend the night together. And the next day, Michael and Mora talks, and Mora says that it is okay for Michael to leave for London, but she will stay. Michael eventually leaves for London, taking Andrea with him. As he did so, Mora filed for a divorce, and Michael and Andrea moved into a house with some friends of Andrea in London. And the first days went pretty good for the pair of them. But there was one main issue: whether Michael was going to testify against his Kev or not. But despite all of his friends and family trying to talk him out of it, Michael finally decides that he is going to testify. And soon after this, 3 men from the IRA shows up at his front door without any masks. And it's quite obvious that something bad is going to happen. And the last scene of this text is Michael being killed by the members of the IRA. And I liked this novel because it was quite catchy, and despite the fact that I don't really fancy reading, it caught my attention, and I had a hard time putting the book away.